My name is Kevin Lewis, and this is my Sprint1 progress for mobile apps. So major achievements this sprint: I allowed for account creation using Firebase authentication. I stored the account information in a Cloud Firestore database so it can be edited for a profile for each user. I created an activity for making a recipe so that recipe is stored in the Cloud Firestore database. As a creator, I want to enter an email, password, and name for my account so I can access it again. So the login button takes the creator to a sign up page only if they aren't signed in. So we'll see here in my authentication, I have no users for this project yet. So we'll sign in using the sign in button. And I'm using the Firebase UI, so it's finding other accounts on this phone from earlier projects. I'm not going to sign in with that. Let's make a new account. And the sign in asks for a password and a name if the email is not registered. So it's not registered, so we're going to put in a name and a password. We'll save it. So that creates an account for that user. And then the menu bar is updated with the signed in creator's information after sign in, and it also returns to the home page on every sign in. So we'll check the menu. There it is, name, person. So we'll go ahead and sign out. And we can see here that it's not signed in and nothing. So let's go ahead and sign back in with an email that's already in existence. So we'll say okay, since it already exists, it only asks for a password if it's already registered. So we'll enter the password. And we're signed in again, and it goes back to the home page, and the menu bar is updated with the information for the account holder. Creator. As a creator, I want my name to be associated with my recipes so that I can get credit for them. So acceptance criteria is a name is attached to every recipe created, and then the display name is automatically added on recipe creation. So since we're logged in, we can go to create a recipe. So let's say pizza. We're gonna do dough. We'll say 2 cups. Add that ingredient. Let's say cheese, 1 cup, and sauce, 1 cup. Okay, and directions. Roll dough, add cheese and sauce, bake in oven. Add our directions, and then we'll go ahead and add the recipe. So let's check our database in Firestore. So we have recipes. There's our recipe. And we have a creator, Kevin Lewis, which is the name of the account that we're currently logged into. And this is for the, I'll show you this. This is from me doing it before. I'll add another profile here. So that's both of our acceptance criteria. The name is attached to every recipe, and the display name is automatically added onto the recipe creation. We didn't add it on the creation page. It automatically took the information from the logged in user, and it does this for every recipe created. As a creator, I want to fill out a form to make my recipe so I do not have to format it myself. The form gives a space for ingredients, amounts, directions for each recipe. The form does not allow a recipe to be created without all 3 parts, and the form automatically selects the category so the creator does not need to specify it. Okay, so we'll create another recipe. So we have a space for ingredients, amounts, and directions. Let's try and do one without, let's say we'll add an ingredient of cheese, 1 slice. Add the ingredient, and then we'll try and create the recipe without adding directions. And we can also see that The default value for the type is all. You can choose if you want it to be a breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So we'll try and add the recipe. You must enter at least one ingredient and directions. Okay, so enter directions, add cheese, add them. And after we click the add directions, it gives us the chance to edit it, so we can change this. If we re-click the button, it will automatically update in the database. So we'll add that recipe. So check our database. And here we have a new recipe. Creator Kevin Lewis. Ingredients cheese, name sandwich, type 0, and amounts 1 slice. As a creator, I want to see when I've added a line so that I can move on to the next line. And a toast message comes up indicating a line has been added on every button press, and the text box is clear to allow for new line entry on each button press. So we'll create another recipe. And let's say soup. Let's say chicken. Add 1 cup sliced. I'll leave sliced in the directions. So add an ingredient, so that goes away, and there's a toast message letting us know the line's been added. So toast message comes up every time, and the text box is clear every time to allow for a new ingredient to be entered. Let's go back. As a creator, I want to add and edit directions so that I can explain the recipe. So the directions do not go away after they are submitted. The button changes from add to edit on submission of the directions, and then directions are overridden on every button press. So let's add a new recipe. So we'll say soup again. Let's do this one, chicken, 1 cup. Add that ingredient, and we'll say slice chicken for soup. So then we'll add our directions. So let's say we want to add, let's say broth, 2 cups. We'll add that ingredient, and since we have broth, we'll say slice the chicken for the soup, add the chicken to the broth. So then we'll edit our directions, and we'll say this is lunch. And then when we add the recipe, we can see that the directions were changed on edit to become our, there it is, slice chicken for soup, and add the chicken to the broth. As a creator, I want to enter my Twitter, Instagram, and bio, save that it will save to my profile, so that it will save to my profile. The information is added whether or not every text box is filled out, and the information is always auto-populated when it exists. So I will show you the profile here. So I'll go to the profile. It auto-populates the name because that was given on creation of the account. So let's add a Twitter handle, K Lewis, and we'll leave Instagram blank, and we'll say my information, just a creator. All right, so we'll save that profile. Come to Cloud Firestore. Let's refresh. See, we have a new profile. Just a creator, no Instagram. That's the name, and then there's the Twitter. So we'll pull it back up, and then we see that if we go to the profile now, the information is auto-populated. And then if we want to add our Instagram now, cool Kevin. Save that profile. You can see it's updated, cool Kevin, in Firestore. And as a creator, I want to edit my information at any time so I can reflect any changes. So any information which is added to the existing information area, the old information is overridden, and the information can be edited infinitely many times. So let's just go in and edit this profile. Lewis 3, cool Kevin 33, just a creator of programs. We'll save that and see it in Firestore. We'll refresh. There we go, new information. And we can do this infinitely many times. Okay, so in conclusion, since we've got all the creation of the recipe and the creation of accounts done, we'll move on to showing the recipes to the browser and then allowing the browser to click on recipes and see their line items and directions, and then also search by specific creator and also by type of recipe like breakfast, lunch, or dinner. That's it.